You're about to book your dream trip to Europe and don't have any kind of idea that right now, in 2026, there are brand new rules that could literally stop you at the gate. We're talking about fees that nobody told you about. Biometric scans replacing passport stamps, carry-on bag crackdowns, and some airports that are actually relaxing rules while others tighten them. Stick with me because by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to do before you fly. And I promise this information will save you time, money, and a whole lot of airport panic. Now, before we get started, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let me start with the biggest one. Europe has been promising a new digital travel authorization system for years now. It is called ETIAS, which stands for the European Travel Information and Authorization System. Think of it like the ESTA that Americans use when traveling to countries like Australia, except this one gets you into the Schengen Zone. That means France, Italy, Germany, Spain, the Netherlands, and about 24 other countries all fall under this single authorization. Now here's the thing, this system was supposed to launch back in 2022. Then they said 2024, then 2025. And now we are officially looking at the last quarter of 2026. So yes, there is a pattern here, and nobody really knows for certain when it will actually go live. But here is why you still need to know about it right now. When ETIAS does launch, the application fee will be €20 per person. That works out to roughly $23. Sounds manageable, right? Here is the context that changes everything. When this system was originally announced, the fee was going to be €7. That means the price has nearly tripled before the system has even opened its doors. The European Union says the money will fund border security improvements, and to be fair, the authorization covers you for 3 years with unlimited trips, so you will not pay it every single time you visit Europe. But it is still a completely new cost that did not exist a few years ago, and a lot of travelers have been caught off guard learning about it. And ETIAS is not even the whole story of what is changing at European borders. There is a second system called the Entry-Exit System, or EES, and this one is already rolling out. Instead of getting a passport stamp every time you cross into the Schengen Zone, border officials will now scan your face and fingerprints. Every crossing, every time. This applies to all non-European Union citizens, including Americans and Canadians. The goal is to create a digital record that tracks when people enter and leave, so the European Union can better identify overstays and tighten overall security. Once this system is fully running, the European Union believes processing will actually speed up because agents will not have to manually stamp millions of passports. But during the transition period right now, expect longer queues at immigration. Seriously, factor extra time into your airport schedule if you're going to Europe anytime soon. Looking for cheap flights? I recommend aviasales. It compares prices from hundreds of airlines and travel sites to help you find great flight deals fast. If you're planning a trip, check out aviasales using the affiliate link in the description. It won't cost you anything extra, and it helps support this channel. Safe travels, and thanks for your support. Now let's talk about the UK, because many people don't realize the United Kingdom operates its own completely separate system since Brexit. The UK launched its electronic travel authorization, called the ETA, back in November 2023. Americans need this before entering England, Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland. You apply online, and if approved, it covers you for 2 years with multiple entries. But just like ETIAS, the price went up. The UK ETA jumped to £16 in April 2025. Up from the original £10 fee. So if you plan on doing both mainland Europe and the UK in one trip, you're now looking at roughly $40 per person in authorization fees before you even buy a single souvenir. The one exception worth knowing about is transit. If you're connecting through a UK airport like Heathrow or Manchester, and you stay in the international airside area without going through passport control, you don't need the ETA. So flying US to Paris with a London stopover is fine, as long as you stay in the departure lounge. Alright, let us shift gears to something happening inside the airports themselves, because there is a big battle going on over carry-on bags right now. European Union lawmakers have actually voted to require budget airlines to include a carry-on bag under 7 kilograms in every single ticket. That would be a massive win for travelers who currently get charged anywhere from 20 to 50 euros just to bring a basic cabin bag onto airlines like Ryanair, EasyJet, or Wizz Air. The rule still needs full approval from European Union member states, so it is not guaranteed yet. But airlines are already pushing back hard. Ryanair, for example, recently increased the bonus they pay staff for catching oversized bags at the gate. We went from €1.50 to €2.50 per bag, with no monthly limit on how much their employees can earn from it. Translation: staff are now financially motivated to scrutinize your luggage more aggressively. If your bag is even slightly oversized, you could be looking at a fee of 60 euros or more right there at the boarding door. So measure your bag carefully. Check the airline's official size requirements before you pack. Not the day before, but right now while you are still planning. Here is something that genuinely surprised me when I was researching this video. Certain European airports have actually loosened their liquid rules because they have upgraded to advanced CT scanning technology. Airports including Birmingham, Edinburgh, Milan, Rome, Berlin, and Amsterdam are now allowing passengers to bring liquids up to 2 liters in their carry-on bags with no restrictions on container size. Full shampoo bottles, a proper water bottle, no problem. But this is not universal. Most airports, and definitely every airport in the United States, still enforce the old 100 milliliter limit. So the key takeaway is, you need to check the specific rules for every airport you are departing from and connecting through. Do not assume that because Rome allowed your full-size toiletries on the way there, that Atlanta will be okay with them on the way home. There is actually some genuinely good news for passengers flying back to the United States from Europe. TSA launched a pilot program in July 2025, allowing travelers on select flights from London Heathrow to skip rescreening when connecting domestically in the US. If you are on participating American Airlines flights heading to Dallas-Fort Worth, or certain Delta flights going to Atlanta, you can go straight to your connection after clearing customs rather than going back through a TSA checkpoint. That can shave 30 to 60 minutes off a stressful connection. The program currently only covers a limited number of routes, but if it goes well, expansion is possible. There are also some destination-specific changes worth mentioning. Venice now charges day visitors €5 to enter the city on busy days. Barcelona is eliminating thousands of short-term rental properties to push back against over-tourism. Amsterdam has raised its tourist tax to one of the highest rates on the continent. And labor disputes are affecting air travel across Europe, similar to what we've seen in North America. France saw air traffic control strikes in September 2025 that disrupted thousands of flights. These situations can change quickly, so always check the official government travel advisories for your destination before you go. Bottom line for today. Number 1, understand ETIAS is coming and budget for that €20 fee. Number 2, expect biometric checks instead of passport stamps at Schengen borders under EES. Number 3, get your UK ETA sorted separately if London is on your itinerary. Number 4, check your carry-on measurements obsessively before flying budget European carriers. And number 5, verify liquid rules at every specific airport you are traveling through. If you found this breakdown genuinely useful, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now. I cover travel changes, money-saving strategies, and destination guides every single week. And you don't want to miss an update that costs you money or ruins a trip you have been planning for months. Drop a comment below telling me where in Europe you are planning to visit next. I want to know, and I will see you in the very next video.